Okay, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Eumans weekly meeting. We'll start, even if Marco Cappato didn't join us yet, but we'll start. Act of rebellion. The meeting is going to be in English. We are still figuring out the translation issue, so I'll try to speak slowly and clearly. I invite everyone to not be shy and do the same. Okay, as you have seen from the convocation of the call for this meeting, the idea tonight is to focus on the more practical aspects of the Ukraine Now initiative. Because we finally reached a very positive stage. So we just update from a broader perspective that doesn't involve humans. The news of the week was the fact that President Zelensky gave back the questionnaire that is going to be needed for proceed with the request for Ukraine to access the European Union. The fact that this exchange of paperwork is happening so quickly, I guess, it's an indicator of the will of the institutions to move forward. One might say that this means that our appeal is useless. It's not, because now it's when the tricky part comes in. The European Council that is going to make decisions on that is called for the 23rd of June, if I remember correctly. And also in the month of May, there is the end of the conference on the future of Europe and the elections in France, which of course are kind of one of the key elements for the future of Europe in itself. Of course, the fact that Macron wins or Marine Le Pen wins is going to shape a completely different future of Europe. The call of the European Council, the meeting of the European Council on the 23rd of June gives us somehow a deadline for our initiative to escalate that. So what we wanted to propose for tonight's meeting is what humans can organize to strengthen the mobilization in support of the request of Ukraine to join the European Union. Some things had already been done. I'm very happy to announce that this morning we finalized with Marie Villain, the volunteer from, the citizen from Strasbourg that joined our meeting recently. We finalized the document for the mayor of Strasbourg to invite her as the first supporter of the Ukraine Now appeal. And we proposed her to make a speech during the Strasbourg summit that is organized on the weekend of the 7th, 8th and 9th of May in Strasbourg by the European Federalists. So basically our proposal for her is to be at the end of the March for Europe, there's going to be in Strasbourg on the 7th of May, to basically bring the Ukraine Now appeal in front of the people that will be in Strasbourg. The meaning of that, it's quite important. And I translated the document in English and shared it with Andrii, so that we can try that triangulation that we mentioned, so to have on board the mayor of Strasbourg, the mayor of Warsaw, and a mayor of a Ukrainian city. Of course, given the condition, is a bit more difficult to find the right one. So this is a key step. Potentially, nothing is done until it's done. We can have this mayor boost for the initiative. And as we have seen with stopglobalwarming.eu, networks of mayors can be quite powerful also to bring a civic position in front of the EU institutions. In the proposal for the mayor, there is also the idea that they are gonna launch a call to other mayors and to try and organize for the 28th of May a mobilization for the Ukraine Now appeal in different cities. Of course, we know that one of the limit and strength of humans is the Italianity of this. So the goal is to try and see what we can do also in other cities. And the idea, I think, and Andrii and probably Igor are going to be more essential for this is to see if we can do this mobilization in different cities on the 28th of May. Why that? Because it's a weekend, because it's way ahead the European Council. So if we are successful, we can already create a push. If we are less successful, it can still be an embryonic form of the mobilization. So I'd say the purpose for tonight's meeting is to understand among us that are here in the call, but what physically you can do on the 28th of May, both in your different cities, maybe trying involving the mayors, or how we can activate the Eumans collective intelligence to see where we can either find mayors in support of the initiative and or mobilize even small groups in cities that are not in Italy. Of course, we're gonna do this here in Brussels for sure. So this is the agenda for tonight. I'm gonna share here in the chat the document, the English version of the document, so all of you can have a look. Before concluding this introduction, I want to mention that I found very interesting that Marie drafted the first version of the document, and she really got the human spirit in that. So for me, it was very positive to see that a person that just intersected humans for a few moments got the spirit of what we are trying to build, and this is encouraging for us. In terms of numbers and members, we are always in around our 80 members. I don't remember the exact number. So one of the priorities for us in the next weeks is also to officially launch the membership campaign. On that, quick update, we are collecting the final bios of the members of the board. The list is already visible on the website on the Who We Are page, and we called for the meeting of the board for Friday, the 29th of April. The decision that Marco and myself made is that the first meeting of the board is going to be exclusive for the board, and then it's going to be the board in itself to decide the level of visibility of the meetings in terms of recording, in terms of publication, and also openness of the meeting. But since it's the first one, it's important that the board members use their power and decide what's best for the movement. And of course, on the agenda of the board meeting, there is going to be also the membership campaign, the fundraising campaigns for Eumans, because of course we need to strengthen ourselves to achieve the goals that we set during the Congress. So I'd say key question for tonight is what we can do from now on to prepare a mobilization for Ukraine on the 28th of May. Sorry, I also see that Paola Stringa, Eumans member from Turin, she shared with us some updates on the European Living Will strategy. She did some research of the situation in Turin, and this document that she prepared, this documentation is going to be integrated in the activities for the European Living Will, which are of course happening under the radar. Carla Pisi is going to lead this as she did so far until now, and she is part of the board with this capacity somehow. So thanks Paola for the research, and we will do our best to integrate this with what Carla is curating. Okay, so I'd say let's have a round of table on the 28th of May in general on the Ukraine Now initiative, but in particular what we can do to try and make happen a mobilization across significant cities in the EU. Maybe I'll ask Lorenzo to help me to manage the thing, because as I was saying at the beginning, I need to be on the road, and so I will listen and speak, but if Lorenzo can moderate, it will be very helpful.
Okay, I can already say a thing about it. I will take as an example what we are going to do in Naples next week with Marco Cappato. He's coming for a Eumans event, and we involve the Ukrainian community to present also the Ukraine Now initiative. And so the consulate in, I think it's the right word, consulate in Naples from Ukraine is going to be there. With also some representatives of the Ukrainian community of the city. And so this will be, you know, a chance to present the initiative with in refugees from Ukraine and also institutional representatives from Ukraine. So I think the strategy to involve as much as possible local community, starting from our cities, to see that there are an effective support from Ukrainian peoples who lives in Europe for this adhesion of in the EU. I think it's the key point. I mean, already until now, the main success of our appeal is the fact that faces of people promoting the appeal were of Ukrainian students, thanks to Andrii's work. And I think that if we insist this way, starting from the involvement of local communities, yes, we can even have a higher success for the appeal. So this is just an example, and I hope that starting from the event, we will have also maybe new Eumans member, new people who could participate to the initiative, not just a simple presentation. And so maybe one of the next Thursday, hopefully some of the participants to this local event could have their said and you know, help us to spread the message. So this is just for the moment my 2 cents, but
thank you,
yes.
Lorenzo. In general, I think it's important to have a call to action for organizing the mobilization. So maybe tomorrow morning with Roberto, we'll do some updates on the website that are needed, but I will make sure that, and maybe also in the Ukraine Now website, I'll see if there is an easy way to like fill a form or something if people want to organize something. I put here in the chat an important invite that I got for the 17th of May for an event in Poland. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm gonna fly there. It's a bit complicated, but I have been invited to this event organized near Poznan to present the Ukraine Now initiative alongside other groups from outside, I mean, from Europe that are organizing initiatives. So I think it's good that our presence in Poland in March was noted by local organizations.
Who could go? I see the Splendorio. Who could go? Is in Warsaw?
It's in Poznan, which is not super close, but maybe yes, if Francesco can still be there, it could be a good way to capitalize on the moment, indeed.
Anyway, we will see.
So Marco, just to, thanks. We already made the intro, and the focus is the 28th of May mobilization in the context of the European Council meeting, etc. So now it's Lorenzo presented what is happening in Naples next week, and we are trying to see what can be done. And I also updated on the documents for the mayors that we finalized with Marie between yesterday and today. I don't see any hand, but feel free to speak up. And also update for Marco, because I don't think you saw the chat because you joined later. Paola Stringa shared some updates on the living will in Italy. I'm gonna copy and paste it, or I don't know, Paola, if you can copy and paste again the comments so Marco can have a look at that as well. Okay.
Yeah, another comment. Yes. No, I think we prepared together with Virginia and Marco a presentation of Eumans starting from the three initiatives in which we are more involved in this moment. So the Bill of Popular Initiative for Citizen Assembly in Italy, the appeal for global carbon pricing, and Ukraine now. The fact of having physical meetings in the next days, starting from this weekend. We will be in Rome for an important demonstration, ecological demonstration with several environmental organizations, and this will be a first occasion to give this flyer and present Eumans. The fact of having now a presentation, a simple presentation of Eumans, I think it's very important to give value to that, using as much as possible physical meeting, in presence meeting. I think we could also translate this appeal, because in particular regarding the appeal Ukraine now, as much as we can create a link with I think local communities of Ukrainian people and organize event in which they are involved, that could become event in which we present Eumans and our initiative. For that, I think it would be great also to translate in English the flyer that we prepared. I think, yes, that's something we should do. So again, my 2 cents on these are trying to multiply the occasion in which we present Eumans, starting from the initiative Ukraine Now, and to give value to that. I think involve as much as possible local Ukrainian community to see that it's not just our request, our proposal, but something coming first from the Ukrainian civil society who lives in Europe. So Naples is just a first example, but I think we can, or duplicate these around Europe, and yeah, the presentation of Eumans could be a good help.
Thank you, Lorenzo. In giving the floor to Andrii, since both Andrii and Francesco are in Warsaw, maybe the connection for organizing the mobilization in Warsaw can also be done there. I mean, can be combined work. Again, Francesco, you are literally the protagonist of this meeting tonight. Andrii, and then from now on, Lorenzo takes the moderation and I move to the mobile phone.
Okay, so thank you. We received the mail, we saw it, we will translate it. So like a first, then we have one person from administrative in Warsaw. She can like bring to the president of Warsaw this like mail, and maybe we will have some like opportunity to make him for this initiative and promote it. And also about some major from the Ukraine. I think it's now will be hard to contact with the Klitschko to speak with him, because like we have now a little bit problem in Kyiv and also in Kyiv region. But I think that we can contact with another big city like Ivano-Frankivsk, Lviv, Ternopil, and maybe try there to have the promotion. But the problem is like this is not city like of 1 million person, but maybe it can give some result and show the initiative. Maybe the most like high level that we can find it's Lviv, and then like another little cities. So we can like translate it, and when we'll send, and maybe we will have some answer to the next week, and we will see what will be the answer. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Andrii. I'm gonna share the document in the chat. I think the important thing is to convince them the fact that there might be more mayors from different parts of Europe. So I think, and we don't expect much from them, just a statement. So for the moment, there is nothing that they can do, I guess. But let me know also if the text is clear enough in your opinion. And
Flavia Panzieri said to me that she is available to translate the flyer in English.
Okay, if there is nothing urgent more, we can stop it here.
yes, I think so. So I know it's urgent to go back to the two languages meetings. It's just bureaucracy is blocking us, but we will sort this. Please let us know if you are planning to organize something in your city for the 28th of May, and maybe you will just shy. It doesn't need to be massive, but I think collection point, maybe trying to connect with the local Ukrainian community, it can already be a big step. Yes, if there is anything else, we can call it off for tonight. Meeting confirmed for Thursday next week, and then the board meeting for the first time closed door on the 29th of April. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Ciao.
See you next Thursday.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye.